Hello everybody and welcome to a video on the Constructive Criticism YouTube channel. I'm Spencer. This video will be a little bit different as I'm by myself and we're just going to be looking at a deck that I've been playing a little bit lately. Talk about it real quick, a little less in-depth deck tech, but a little bit of what the deck's doing and what I'm recommending to my my teammates for the PPTQs that they're playing in. So the deck that we're going to be looking at is Green-Red Titan Breach. The reason for the deck is I saw people playing the deck on the SEG circuit, and I specifically saw versions without Emrakul, and that were just basically a Titan ramp deck with Oath of Nissa. And I was very intrigued by how the decks were playing and how it was able to win with just one Primeval Titan, or maybe even without any Primeval Titan, through various ramp spells and different things like that. So let's just kind of go over the main deck really quick and talk about it. So we have 2 Courser of Kruphix, 2 Huntmaster of the Fells, 4 Primeval Titan, 4 Sakura-Tribe Elder, 3 Oath of Nissa, 3 Lightning Bolt, 4 Summoners Pact, 3 Through the Breach. We have 25 lands, which we'll get to in a minute. We also have 2 Anger of the Gods, 2 Farseeks, 4 Search for Tomorrows. And then the lands are, we have 2 Cinder Glade, 2 Forests, 6 Mountains, 4 Stomping Grounds, 4 Valakut the Molten Pinnacles, 3 Windswept Heath, and 4 Wooded Foothills. The main deck is very resilient and against a lot of different matchups. The Huntmaster of the Fells is something that is the only thing that I've really questioned in the deck, whether it should be that, a Pian-Kirnalar, Obstinate Baloth, what card it should be, and, to help you in the most matchups. Huntmaster of the Fells is something that is able to win you the game by itself, which is not really true very often of the other cards. Obviously, they can do that, but I find that Huntmaster does it the best, and that's the reason it's in the deck list right now. Courser of Kruphix simulates card advantage, is still a good top deck to try and help you hit your land drops late. All kinds of things, as well as making your matchups against some of the decks that are a little bit harder for you, like Burn, a little bit better. Obviously, Primeval Titan is the all-star of the deck, and oftentimes you are able to Through the Breach one and win the game on the spot if you have that. But oftentimes you don't need to, because Primeval Titan by itself is so good against so many of the decks that people are playing right now. And that's the huge benefit of the deck, is that you just get to be the best Primeval Titan deck. And it's funny to say that, because you're going to be the best big guy deck. So, it plays a lot like Valakut did, like old school Valakut in Standard, not like Wolf Run or not like Scapeshift and not like those decks. It very much plays the Valakut game, which is this deck that it just has an inevitability about it, and not this control deck or not this combo deck feel, which is what those decks often have the feeling of having. The other thing that this deck has the benefit of is, being able to play, it has 12 mountains in it, which is just so many mountains, and then it also gets to play 4 Valakuts, so that way it can deal a lot of damage with its Primeval Titans once they attack, and you don't need to have that Scapeshift kill. The sideboard is surprisingly better than I thought it would be in the deck. So in the sideboard we have 2 Chalice of the Void, 3 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Obstinate Baloth, 2 Spellskite, 1 Wurmcoil Engine, 2 Ancient Grudge, 2 Crumble to Dust, and 1 Shatterstorm. I will say that I would consider actually playing more Wurmcoil Engine, being able to go a lot bigger, even being able to have more of that effect in a matchup where you just want to be able to activate, or not activate, but, have Through the Breach a little bit more. It's even possible that the deck might even want the 4th Through the Breach, and like a couple Emrakul, like an Emrakul and a couple Wurmcoil Engine on the board, whatever you need to do to make that happen for you. That could be done by moving Obstinate Baloth to the main and taking out those Huntmaster of the Fells, depending on how you want to build the deck. But I've been very impressed with the way that the deck sideboard is constructed and being able to do lots of different things. Crumble at us being so good against Tron and other Valakut decks, for example. Shatterstorm, being able to have access to Shatterstorm and Ancient Grudge in your deck with Lightning Bolt and Anger of the Gods to, really shore up those matchups, as well as having, life game in the form of Courser of Kruphix, Obstinate Baloth, Wurmcoil Engine, and stuff like that, really helps you in that affinity matchup. And then being just playing Chalice of the Void and Relic of Progenitus gives you more game in those unfair matchups. And I found that the sideboard was very well rounded in a way that they're either cheap cards that make it so to stop your opponent's game plan, so that they don't really hurt you that much in progressing your game plan, as well as powerful cards like Wurmcoil Engine and Obstinate Baloth, that just allow you to continue to forward your game plan. You're truly okay attacking them with Obstinate Baloth a few times to, get in that damage. That way you need less Valakut triggers, and you're more likely to win the game through that. But I think that there's so many different ways that this deck is being built right now, and there's so many different opportunities to innovate and change this deck. I think it's a new deck. I think that people are just discovering that maybe you don't need Emrakul, maybe you don't need this or that, maybe you can do this or that. Summoning Trap, Emrakul, there's tons of different ways that people are doing this, and this is just the one that I've had the most success with. One of the things that I really like about the sideboard too is just the fact that so much of it is easy on your mana. You need to be able to have your green sources available to you, so having a lot of different colorless spells as your sideboard cards makes it so that you can continue to forward your game plan while playing your sideboard cards, like I talked about a little bit earlier. So that's a huge benefit, and something that I think that I didn't recognize I was having to do certain things with, for example, my Scapeshift decks. The other thing that I've seen people do is even playing Scapeshift out of the board in the deck. And overall, I just found that this deck is so much better than it looks on paper. So whether you're playing Courser of Kruphix or the Oracle of Moldiah, whether you're going big with Emrakul, whatever people are doing, there's currently a funnel that's happening to find the best version of this deck, and it helps you a lot because you're favored against a lot of different decks. You're favored against Bant Eldrazi, you're favored against Affinity, you're favored against Jund, so you're favored against a lot of these very good decks, and then you have very powerful cards like Chalice the Void and Spellskite to help you against things like Infect that might not be the greatest matchup for you. And so I would recommend this deck to a lot of people if they were looking to play something similar to this. This is what I would play if I was going to a PPTQ this weekend, trying to qualify for the RPTQ in Modern. And if you're going to an SCG event, I know that it's done well on the SCG circuit, so if you have any questions about the deck, let us know. Let me know. You can tweet at me at Special13H. Don't forget you can join the Patreon at going to patreon.com/ccmtg to get more awesome video content. Anything that you can donate is appreciated. We'll continue to make content free, but if you like the content, the Patreon is the best way to support us. And don't forget to check out all of the sponsors that are associated with constructive criticism. We really appreciate everything that they do for us. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and good luck in the rest of your in your Magic tournaments. Hopefully, one of the team members on our team can do well with this deck and move forward onto the RPTQ. We already have a lot of players qualified, looking to and then a bunch of people going to the Pro Tour. So hopefully, we can continue that success and see the fruits of our labor. So, and hopefully, you can do the same. So, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.